Howdy, folks. It's me again. I just want to make a quick video because the new versions of pro and college football, Draft Day Sports Pro and College Football 26 have recently been released, and there's something new in the, they made a lot of great changes. I mean, I think, the 25 versions, especially the Pro, got very ambitious with changes, which is good, but some of it didn't work out, required a lot of patches. I really like what is done in PF26. It doesn't have everything I would like, but a lot of credit to Brooks and AKH and the others. Now you did a good job with it. I'm a very critical person, but anyway, the main change I'm here to talk about is the biggest improvement is the play analysis. And I did not think ahead to have the game open. Maybe I'll do that real quick. Okay, here we are. This is pre real world mod, but anyway. Okay, I just wanted to sim through. Interesting. You know what? I got the right logos, but the wrong image. You know what I did? This is before the real world mod came out, and I think I just copied the logos file over, so we got the matching logos, but it didn't get the Teams XML. But anyway, never mind that. What I want to show you is a strategy, and let's go to play analysis. Indianapolis, whatever. I like them because they're called stags, right? Anyway, this is the big thing. The average gain, which we always had before, but now we have standard deviation. And so the heart of what I'm getting at in this video is what the heck does this mean? And this is one thing I personally lobbied for. I don't want to think they added it just because of me. I know I was asking for this for a few years now. And I want to make this video to show you why. Like, what's so important. And just a little bit of a background. I do have a degree in statistics. Not that that's necessary for what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try to keep it very simple. Very simple maths lesson here. Oh, the heck? Something went wrong there. Devs, if you're watching, I don't know what the heck happened there. It's still pre-release. Anyway, we've got 3 running plays that we're looking at here. Okay? And we want to figure out which one we want to run more often. And for argument's sake, these have all been run 10 times, which is a rather small sample to really judge. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I didn't feel like generating more than that. All right, so each of these running plays has been run 3 times, and say, okay, which one of these do we want to run the most? Do we want to favor the most, like most frequency? Well, assuming they're both run 10 times, I'm going to go to play number 2, right? These other two, 4.3, which isn't too bad. I mean, I can't really judge it, but they're both the same. I mean, I can go to 2 decimal places, right? Oh, no, that's the wrong way. Oh, really? They're both exactly 4.3. Okay, interesting. Okay, but anyway. So here's where the standard deviation comes in. So let me just give you a brief layman's version of standard deviation. Standard deviation, I'll go to the next... oops. Oh, okay. The standard deviation basically tells you, it's a measure of how spread out the data is. If you have 10 plays and they all have 4 yards, every one of them has the same yardage, the standard deviation is going to be 0 because there's no variation between. So high standard deviation, basically what you need to know in layman's terms, higher standard deviation. The standard deviation by itself doesn't mean much. Like you can say, well, I want to gain at least 4.6 yards rushing. That kind of has a meaning. The standard deviation, not so much. If I say the standard deviation was 1.8 yards, by itself, it doesn't really mean that much, but it's really more of a comparative thing. So before I even show it to you, let me show you the actual runs. Again, you're not going to have access to this. I would put the game screen back on, but apparently it crashed on me. Okay, anyway. But you're not going to see this. All you're going to see is this and standard deviation. But I don't want to show you that yet. So let's look at this. So 7.5 average, but let's look at this. Okay, so 3 out of the 10 times, 3 times it went for 0 or negative yardage. And you can see that one breakaway run for 60 yards. If we remove that from the sample, it's 1.7. This is going to have a very high standard deviation. So if we look at the second and third plays, okay, so which one of these would I choose? I mean, so this is very high risk, high reward. 7 times out of 10, you're going to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Let's look at the second one. It's certainly a little more consistent. Lost yards once. However, it got 4 yards or more 7 times. This only got 4+ yards 3 times. This one got 4 more yards 9 out of 10 times, has the same average. I wonder if we should tinker with this a little bit. Make this a 5. I want to make it smaller, but okay. Change. Okay, so this one has 4.2. So it's less. I mean, I think normally you would probably look at 4.3 and 4.2 and say there's not much of a difference, and probably that's correct. But anyway, this one. So here you got 7 times gaining 4 yards or more. This one has 6 times gaining 4, but it has half the time it's 5 yards or more. This is 5 yards or more for 40% of the time. So these two are close. But if you look at this one, so let's go to the standard deviation. So you see here, 18.5. That's huge. Now, there really is. Now, what is a good standard deviation? There's no way of saying what a good one is. You know, it depends. Like, I mean, if you want a high average and you don't care that you're going to have a lot of flops and that just that 1 in 10 coin flip that you're going to have that great play, hey, you know, you might go with this. You might very well. I'm not saying don't. But see, as we go further on, we have less and less variance. This is 0.9. That's almost nothing. You see, it's going to be so consistent every single time it's between 2 and 5 yards. So you're always going to get something. It could be as low as 2. Maybe we can make this a little. What happened there? Oh, okay, never mind. I just made it a higher average. But anyway. So, I mean, look, you're going to get 3 yards every single time, but the standard deviation 0.7. So, like I said, the standard deviation itself, if I just tell you I ran 10 plays and the standard deviation was 3.1, that alone doesn't really mean much. But when you compare these three, you can certainly see the third play is the most consistent. And so that's personally for me, that's why I wanted the standard deviation in there, because it tells you, you know, whether your seemingly hot play is for real or is it a one-off. Now let's play with this one a little more. Let's make this one make it a little more consistent. Let's make this 7, 10, and 25. Okay, so you know, 3 times out of 10 it'll go for at least 7 yards. That's not bad. 7.9. Average is a little bit lower now. It's 4.9. But wait, standard deviation is 7.9, right? So generally, if the standard deviation is higher than the average, to me that's kind of a red flag. But that's just my personal rule of thumb. You know, not to brag, but you know, like I said, I have a degree in statistics. I've taught it in college. But really, all you need to, I'm not going to go into how this is calculated or any of that theory stuff, but I'm just telling you, this is what standard deviation means. And this is why I think it's so important in play analysis. Because the more, I'm going to look for a balance between a good average, but also, you know, consistency. Personally, I might go with this one, but that's just my opinion. All right, I mean, there's nothing else, so stay tuned. I'll have more gameplay videos coming up soon that are dropping soon, and yeah, like and subscribe, all that nice stuff. Thanks for watching. See you next time.